sponsored by Budweiser.
I don't care what you want to do. Is this wild? Let's get tuned up.
Week 6, Bubby tries to fill Randall's shoes and maintain the Eagles' unbeaten record. Rip slips into something uncomfortable as he makes an early return from injury in a crucial game for the struggling Redskins. When will Joe be ready to go in Kansas City? Not even the chief oracle knows.
Very cloudy in there. Some sense of uncertainty. Percentages 50-50.
Marty Schottenheimer trying and failing to make contact with Joe Montana's hamstring there. Welcome to Week 6 in the NFL. That sound you can hear is teams all around the league shuffling quarterbacks. Going into this week, only 7 of the 28 had stuck with one QB for 5 weeks. The rest had used 48 between them, either through injury or ineffectiveness. Well, tonight's game features a team from each camp, the Dolphins and the Browns, both 3-1 and both leading their divisions. But while Miami have Marino, who hadn't missed a start since 1983 going into this game, Cleveland have been doing it with a double act. Bernie Kosar is the Browns' starting quarterback, but as often as not, it's Vinny Testaverde who finishes the game. The two players used to be teammates at university, and in fact it was Kosar who suggested the Browns sign Testaverde when they were shopping around for a backup this summer. In the last 2 games, though, coach Bill Belichick has benched Kosar and used his more mobile number 2 as a second-half sub to spark the offense. With some success, Testaverde rallied the Browns to victory with 19 fourth-quarter points against the Raiders, and almost did the same against the Colts in Week 4. Bernie, who's just signed a $27 million contract, isn't thrilled about the arrangement. Until he starts producing for the whole game, there's not much he can say. Another off-season acquisition has strengthened the defensive line. Jerry Ball arrived from Detroit, and he and Michael Dean Perry have formed their own double act, known locally as Rush and Crush.
We're going out and we're aggressively trying to put some punishment on people. And we may not even lead the league in sacks, but I guarantee you we're going to definitely lead the league in punishment.
From the current Cleveland nose tackle to a former one, Bob Golic in LA. Bob, what do you make of this Testaverde arrangement at quarterback?
Well, I was very interested initially when they first picked up Vinny Testaverde, being that Bernie and him were from the same school. They both had the same basic credentials in school, and also their pro careers have been pretty much mirrors of each other. They've started off strong, had a good year and a half where people thought they were going to be game busters, and pretty much didn't do much after that. I think what they're looking at now, they have either injuries or a young offensive line combination of both in Cleveland. Vinny, they believe, has more mobility.
Maybe between them they can come up with one good quarterback. Well, for the Browns to reach 4-1, they have to get by a very famous ex-Brown. You probably won't recognise him from this 1953 clip, but the defensive back making the crafty interception is Don Shula, better known as coach of the Dolphins, and who with 321 career wins is now just 3 short of the all-time record held by the legendary George Halas.
I'm a very proud man, a very proud coach, and I would someday like to have people say that this is the coach that won the most games. That would be very, very important to me.
So the Don went home to his native Ohio looking for win 322. Here's Marv Albert and Paul McGuire with the first play of the game.
So the Browns start out from their 26-yard line. And it's Wolfley getting the first call. Jeff Hunter on the stop. Check that, Tommy Vardell, the running back. A look at the Dolphin front 7. Cross, Klingbeil, Webster, and Jeff Hunter for the injured Marco Coleman. Brimsley, Offerdahl, and Cox are the linebackers. In the corners, Vincent and Brown, and the deep men are Williams and Oliver. When they go to the nickel, Vesti, Jackson, in most cases, will come on. It's a 2nd down and 7 at the 29. Metcalf is flanked to the right, now in motion. Play action. Bardell off the reception has a first down. A 13-yard pass play. Larry Webster made the stop.
All right, he gets Hoover, 64 out in front of him. But watch what happens to the Miami defense. Watch the guys that miss him. There are going to be 4 guys in a pile. Not here. Here comes Hoover, 64. Watch right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then the 5th guy finally makes the tackle.
Tommy Vardell, Cleveland's #1 draft pick last season. He is 3rd in the AFC in rushing. First down at the 42 again. Number 21, Metcalf in motion. And it's Metcalf on an end around. Run out by Brian Cox. You are all familiar with Brian Cox and his lovely relationship with the city of Buffalo. Paul, I know you were trying to bait Brian yesterday, who said he loves Cleveland. He would not say anything at all negative about the city of Cleveland.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, he doesn't like Tommy Vardell because that's the guy that just got into his face. He said, I love Cleveland. Yes. I've never seen anything bad about Cleveland, but I do hate Buffalo. He's repeating that.
He did make that point once again. It's a 2nd down and 6. From the 46-yard line, we're just underway in Cleveland. Out is Vardell in motion. Metcalf. Short of the first down, tripped up by John Offerdahl.
You know, there's the one guy that you must block. You have to block Offerdahl. If you don't block him, he's going to make the plays. You know, a couple weeks ago, I talked to Chip Kelly about one guy said, what about Offerdahl? He said, when you look at the film after the game is over, he's either making a tackle or he's around the ball on every single play.
John Offerdahl leading the Dolphins in total tackles. Injury hit the past 2 seasons. Last year missed 8 games because of an abdominal strain. It's a 3rd down and 2. And a penalty marker is down. Kosar completes for the first down with Michael Jackson. J.B. Brown, the right corner, made the stop.
Offside Miami.
Referee is Ed Hockley in his 4th season as an NFL referee.
Offsides, number 79 in the defense. Penalty is declined. First down.
In terms of seniority, Ed Hockley would go down as the youngest NFL referee. In real life, Paul, he is an attorney. What an easy transition.
I'm not touching that one. Well, maybe a little later. I'll figure something.
It is a first down at the 41-yard line. And a reverse. Metcalf to Jackson. And Jackson will throw for Metcalf.
Jackson could have run with this ball and gained an awful lot of yardage. Here's the throwback. There's really nobody out here. Look at Birdie's out there. He was looking downfield to Carrier, 83. He was covered. So Jackson held the ball, saw Metcalf coming out of the backfield on the other side and threw it to him. You talk about peripheral vision. He saw the whole field.
26-yard pass play and a first down at the 16. Carrier right, Jackson left, Metcalf with the hole. Knocked down to the 14.
We take a look at the play. Metcalf is not the primary target here. Watch when Metcalf comes out. Here he comes out. He's just going out into the flat. They let him go. He's a delay man. Now watch. Now when he turns up, he sees that there's nobody there, hoping that Jackson can find him. They see Metcalf down the sidelines. He catches the ball, slips. But what a great play.
Michael Jackson was originally recruited as a quarterback at Southern Mississippi. His quarterback at Southern Miss, fellow by the name of Brett Favre.
Green Bay. That was the quick, right?
Good pickup, Paul.
Thank you very much.
And for Michael Jackson, his first pass in the NFL. Here's Kosar for Jackson. Touchdown! Well, Bernie Kosar, who has struggled the last 2 games, gets gets off to the quick start. A very good-looking opening drive by the Browns, who have not succeeded in the first quarter coming into today. A 14-yard hookup with Michael Jackson, who threw that beautiful pass to Eric Metcalf to help set it up on the receiving end for the touchdown.
Beating J.B. Brown. Did you see the guy up there congratulating Coach Art Testaverde?
And Snowbird putting it through. The Browns 7 and the Dolphins nothing.
One-on-one coverage on the right-hand side of your screen. J.B. Brown is the man being beaten. Number 37, Jackson gets up in the air. What a great pass and catch. Touchdown.
Well, the Browns got possession back after a Miami punt, but they couldn't get anything going. And the first quarter ended with this Brian Cox sack on Bernie Kosar. Second quarter coming up after the break.
Time to get back on the top. Give it to him! Get some enthusiasm out there! Let's get tuned up.
Welcome back. Well, everyone seems to want to play quarterback for the Browns these days. The highlight of the first quarter was this pass from wide receiver Michael Jackson to Eric Metcalf. On a drive, he finished with a touchdown catch himself. Pete Stoyanovich kicked a 52-yard field goal to start the second quarter, so Miami trail 7-3. They have the ball back at their 29.
Play action. Marino could not find anybody, and now does. Byers with a nice catch down at the 44-yard line. Pepper Johnson got him out of bounds.
Michael Dean Perry, we really haven't mentioned his name, and there's one reason on this play. It's because Dullenbach, number 65, was holding again, and they didn't call it. I mean, he was absolutely holding Perry. He had him by the jersey. On the left-hand side of the screen, Perry is 92. Now watch as he tries to go around. Left-hand side, see 65? He's got him by the shirt and then pulls him down.
Dellenbach at right guard, moved from center to right guard, replacing the injured Burt Widener, who was back in action. Second down and 3. A galloping move and short of the first down. Kirby. Jerry Ball made the stop.
Yeah, Jerry Ball. Ulinik was trying to block him, the center, and Jerry Ball just spinning into the hole. But you got Perry and Ball, 92 and 93. The little cross. Look at this. He's being held. Watch what he does. He backs into the ball carrier and knocks him down.
Combination of crush and rush. Michael Dean Perry and Jerry Ball. And one time, many considered Jerry Ball as one of the NFL's premier nose tackles, but Detroit last year did have a weight problem, ballooned up, and made the move to the Browns. It's a third down and 3, and that's a first down pickup. O.J. McDuffie, who has really worked his way into the Marino repertoire the last couple of weeks, goes for 17, covered by Walls, as McDuffie makes his second catch of the game.
You got 4 receivers in the game. O.J. McDuffie happens to be one. Marino looks to his right first and then comes back. Watch how wide open O.J. McDuffie is. He was behind the defense. They get the first down. Now, you know, they're making everyone in Miami forget the Marx brothers. These guys, it's like, where did they play?
It is a new look with the departure of Mark Duper and Mark Clayton. The likes of Fryer, Ingram, Martin, and McDuffie, and the 2 running backs. Again, the play fake and the end around for Martin.
You want to see outstanding defense? I'm telling you, Pepper Johnson played this play. He was blocked by 2 people and made the play. Pepper Johnson was absolutely unbelievable on this play. Number 53. He's a linebacker on the outside. I believe this is Pepper here. And watch what happens. He follows the play, goes back to the outside. Here he comes out. Now watch. No, hold on. Right. No, keep going a little bit further, guys. Right here. The 2 guys are blocking him here. Watch what he does.
Down and 4 at the Cleveland 22.
He gets through the blocks and makes the play. That is outstanding.
Marino 9 of 14, 100 yards. Looking at a 2nd and 4 down at the 22. Off the pitch out, Kirby stopped short of the first down. Again, it's Pepper Johnson. Pepper Johnson spent 7 years with the Giants, signed with Cleveland as a free agent. The Giants' leading tackler 4 of the past 5 years.
Yeah, but Mustafa's the guy. Watch 48, Najee Mustafa. He sets it up, and he makes Kirby cut back inside to Pepper. As the corner played the play extremely well. That only went for a yard.
Third down and 2 at the Cleveland 20.
And 2.
It's a 3rd and 2 at the 20. Kirby and Byers, the running backs. Marino with the pass for the first down. Hooking up with Mark Ingram. Everson Walls on the stop. So the Dolphins with a first down.
No chance to defend this. When you see where the pass is thrown, the only guy that can catch it is Ingram. And, I mean, he zips this thing in. This bullet right inside. Look at this. And Everson Walls is right on Ingram. But no chance, because Marino hit him right in the numbers.
Ingram frustrated about Monday night's game against Washington. It was called for a motion penalty. Also thought he should have caught a ball in a critical situation. That his first catch of today. Again on the pitch, Kirby could not make the turn. He tried to cut back inside.
But the defense is just playing extremely well. Anthony Pleasant, number 98, is an end that gets outside. And there's just no blocking out there. They're not blocking the corners. And when Kirby gets out there, watch who's out there with him. Number 98 will be there. There's just no blocking here. Pleasant comes up, makes the play.
Second down and 10.
It's a second down and 10 at the 13-yard line as we come up on 6 minutes remaining in this first half. Round 7. The Dolphins 3. Marino throwing for the end zone. Touchdown. Mark Ingram with his second touchdown as a member of the Dolphins. And Miami has taken the lead. It's a 13-yard touchdown.
And I'm going to tell you something right now. Everson Walls had no chance. There is just no chance to play. Here out on the outside, and when you see where this ball is thrown, when Ingram goes down, the corner's going to turn with his back, and the ball is just thrown right over top of his head. There's just no chance for the defense. Here it comes. Watch on the top side. And look where the ball is thrown. You see the coverage is perfect right there. But the ball goes right over top of the head of the defender. Touchdown.
Pete Stoyanovich puts it through. 10 plays, 63 yards, and that consumes 6 minutes and 17 seconds. So Miami with a 10-7 lead on Cleveland. Kosar in trouble. Kosar able to put away and then is hit down. The ball is blown dead. Brian Cox with his second sack of the afternoon.
And a bad dance. I mean, the guy's got the bad dance. Brian Cox makes the second sack, but afterwards it's terrible. Bernie's just looking downfield. First of all, no one's open. Kosar is looking downfield to try to find a receiver, and nobody cleared. So Kosar is just trying to get out of trouble, and here comes 51. Cox makes the play.
Loss of 8. It's a second down and 18 back at the 20. And here's Metcalf. Well, give it to Eric. And he runs it out of bounds. Eric Metcalf on that inside handoff run out by Jarvis Williams.
Picks up the 10 yards. Again, I said you've got to get him into the game, whether you're going to hand him the ball or throw him the ball, but Metcalf is the guy. Oliver told us, the defensive coordinator for Miami, you have to stop this guy, and Metcalf gets some excellent blocking, gets to the outside, picks up about 11 yards on the play. Get back to him.
There is Tom Olivadotti. He was an assistant here with the Browns back in 1985 and 86 under Marty Schottenheimer. It's a third down and 8 at the 30-yard line. Miami 10 and Cleveland 7 with 4:40 remaining. First half. Now Kosar to throw. Oh, battling for the first down, Lawyer Tillman, and was able to stretch it out.
Lawyer Tillman gets his first down. He had to stretch for about 2 yards, and that's just heads-up play. Knowing where you are in the field. Kosar goes down, and he's looking around downfield. And watch Tillman. He's at beyond it there. Now he's about a yard away, and watch what he does. Keeps his legs driving, picks up the extra yard.
The stat line on Bernie Kosar, 10 for 11. 70 yards. First down at the 40. Bardell comes across. Carrier with nowhere to go. It is a loss on the play. J.B. Brown was right there from his right cornerback position.
You're seeing some outstanding defensive play by corners and linebackers. And that time, J.B. Brown, it's just, I mean, it was unbelievable. Look at Bernie, the completion by length. 9. I mean, it's just over 20 yards, none. I mean, it's you're not going to beat Miami doing this. If you're going to throw the short stuff, again, get the ball in the hands of Metcalf and let him run with it.
11 for 12, only 69 yards. That has been the scenario this season with Bernie Kosar. Second down and 11. Again, an inside handoff. And again, Metcalf has stopped. You can hear the crowd reaction.
Well, they're booing. One of the things you hear him booing, you want to get the ball to Metcalf, but you don't want to get the ball to Metcalf, try to get him running up the middle, because he's really is easy to bring down. So if you're going to run Metcalf, get him to the outside where he has some room to cut, to maneuver, pick up some blocks. But running him up in the middle doesn't get much.
President and owner of the Cleveland Browns, Art Modell, has not been a happy guy during this first half.
Well, he was happy on the touchdown.
That was early, a very impressive opening drive, but since then, Miami has held the ball, first of all, for a long time. Here's Metcalf, he fell down, he fumbled. And the Browns have lost the ball. Dolphins recover.
Oh, man, I tell you, Metcalf is open. He not only has the first down, he trying to run too fast, he slips and falls, but when he falls, not even hit, drops the football. I mean, when it goes bad, it goes real bad.
Bruce Alexander on the recovery.
Here it is, Metcalf. It's a screen. They're trying to get him through. He gets an excellent block downfield. Watch this. His feet go out, then he loses the football. He has a chance, even falling, he could have been able to get up and make the first down, because all he has to do is get to the marker on the left-hand side. He just drops the ball and never gets back to it.
Bruce Alexander, backup defensive back, able to pounce on it. Dolphins take over. First down at the Cleveland 46 as we approach 2 minutes remaining. First half. To the tight end, Keith Jackson, and he pulls his way for a first down and more. Eric Turner, the free safety, finally got him down.
Everson Walls, they're going to run this back in the meetings for a long time. Jackson just slips out underneath. They let him go across the middle. Nobody touches him. But watch what he does at 28. Can you stop this, guys? Right about here.
Here's Marino unleashing. And completes to Irving Fryer. Another first down, and Marino is now 13 of 18. He's completed his last 8. Terry Kirby broke a tackle. Penalty marker down as Kirby was able to move inside the 10.
Offsides, number 98 in the defense. 5-yard penalty. A repeat first down.
Anthony Pleasant, in his 4th year out of Tennessee State, called for the penalty. It'll be a 1st and 5 at the 9. So Dan Marino on fire. 8 consecutive completions. Miami driving for another score. They lead Cleveland 10-7 with 1:23 left in the half. Marino in trouble. Down he goes. James Jones will get credit for the sack.
Marino wants to go to a hurry-up offense right now because the clock is running down. We're 1:17 and counting, and it's only 2nd down. You want to get too big of a hurry and make some mistakes. Marino was sacked. Jones was there. No one was open. Credit the defensive secondary.
2nd and 16, and Marino goes short range to Kirby. Nice head fakes thrown by Terry Kirby. Mustafa able to get him out of bounds.
Marino is hurt, and I'll tell you one thing, what an excellent block they got with Fryer downfield. But Marino, before this play, he jumped when he turned. I don't know if he got hurt here or the play before this, but they're looking at his leg. When Marino steps up, see right there where that move he made, now he's hit. But I think he did it to himself. I think he turned himself when he stepped up. See that? You can just see where his leg, it slips. He gets caught in the grass. I mean, the rest of his body is going forward, and his right leg is going out to the right. See where it's caught right here? That's where he turns it.
And Dan Marino being help off the field.
You can see Marvin, he can't even really get his foot down. I mean, that thing is hurt.
And it is Scott Mitchell in the huddle now. He is a southpaw. He goes 6'6", 230 pounds, and he has come on for Dan Marino. O.J. Simpson on hand with us here today, and as soon as O.J. is able to secure the information, we'll pass that report on to you regarding Dan Marino. It's a 3rd down and 6 at the 10, and here's Mitchell throwing on 1st down, and he's picked off. Najee Mustafa will go all the way.
What an outstanding play by Najee Mustafa. He just stepped up and took the ball, and he was gone. He really had no one there. That is the big problem with throwing that pass on the outside. But you know something, Marv? At the beginning, if the Dolphins would have centered the ball 1 second earlier, they would have had Cleveland offside. Cleveland was in a position where the down lineman on the right defensive side was offside and then got back. And then you try to throw that pass all the way across the field. When you try to throw that pass, it's a long way to go. Here you come in off the bench cold. It's a cold day to begin with, and then try to throw the pass that you don't throw down here anyway. That wide-out pass.
Matt Stover with the extra point. But the play of the game, Najee Mustafa running it back on the interception, 97 yards. For the touchdown.
All right, now, I want you to take a look right here. Watch what happens. This guy goes offside. Then he gets back. If the ball's snapped, they got him offside, but they don't. The defensive end gets back, and here's where all the trouble begins. You're throwing wide to the outside. The receiver slips. Let's go back here. And you watch this when he throws to the outside. Look at how far he has to throw the ball. Now, the receiver does slip. Mustafa is there. That's Fryer. But this whole sideline is just, all they're saying, don't clip, don't do anything. Nobody's going to catch him. You don't have to block anybody. Just stay away from him. What an outstanding play.
So a disastrous end to the first half for the Dolphins, losing the lead, but more importantly, losing Dan Marino. We'll have more on the extent of his injury after the break.
Time to get back on top. Give it to him! Get some enthusiasm out there! Let's get tuned up.
Well, for the second week running, the big talking point at half-time is bad news. Last week, Randall Cunningham, now Dan Marino. And if anything, this injury is more serious, a torn Achilles tendon. As you can see from this angle on the replay, it's when he plants his right foot there that something gives. The initial prognosis is he'll be out for the rest of the season. And Bob, after 145 consecutive starts over 9 years, which is almost unheard of for an NFL quarterback, you just don't expect something like this to happen to Dan Marino.
No, he has been the most invincible, I believe, of all the quarterbacks. A good offensive line plus a quick release. He doesn't really take that many hits. The interesting thing here is I've played in Cleveland for 7 years, and the one thing that you notice is that they also play baseball there. As of last Sunday, they were still playing baseball. Once the season's over, they lay sod on the infield, and it takes a good 3-4 weeks for that to take. Dan may actually, I don't know the yard lines, but he may actually have slipped on a piece of sod, and it doesn't take much to snap a tendon like that.
Ironic, because you associate those sort of injuries with artificial turf, and here he is putting his ankle out on natural grass. And of course, just to underline his value, his backup Scott Mitchell came in and immediately did this, threw a bad ball which was picked off and run back 97 yards for the touchdown by Najee Mustafa. That put the Browns up 14-10, and that's the score as we join the second half. The Browns' opening drive has stalled, and they're about to punt.
So here's Brian Hansen. O.J. McDuffie back inside his 15. He just did get it off. Oh, fair catch was indicated, but McDuffie was run into actually accidentally. Run into by Randy Baldwin.
Yeah.
And a penalty marker is down. Baldwin is hurt.
I mean, O.J. McDuffie is looking at the ball, trying to make a fair catch, and Baldwin just runs right into it. The kick was short.
Only a 32-yard punt.
Now, the rush was on by the Dolphins, and I don't think they got a piece of the ball. What happened is the punter just pulled the ball back. Brian Hansen just pulled the ball back to get it up in the air. It was a short punt. Now, here comes McDuffie right here, and there's Baldwin. He goes by and just clips him. I don't know why.
There was fair catch interference by the kicking team as the receiver was signaling for a fair catch. It's a 15-yard penalty, first down.
See, you don't have to boo here, folks, because this is the proper call. If he signals fair catch, you got to get out of his way. I mean, and he didn't.
The Browns 14, but Dolphins 10. 4 minutes gone by in the third quarter. Scott Mitchell for the injured Dan Marino completes to Mark Ingram. Tackled by the middle linebacker, Mike Johnson. So Mitchell is now 3 of 8 for 26 yards. He had his first attempt picked off by Najee Mustafa. Scott Mitchell in his 4th NFL season, but has not played very much. Out of Utah, last season threw only 8 passes, completed 2. He's used primarily as the holder for point after touchdown and field goal attempts. Lanky southpaw, 6'6". Kirby gets across the 45-yard line. Well, we have some more on the Dan Marino injury. Let's go across the field to O.J. Simpson. Juice?
Well, Marv, the worst news possible. I was just with Dan talking to him in the locker room. He says that the doctor told him it is a torn Achilles tendon, that he wouldn't play anymore this year. He said he felt like he got shot. He said as he set up the throw and as he released the ball, at first he thought someone kicked him in the ankle. Then he felt like it was a shot in the back of his ankle. All in all, it adds up to a torn Achilles tendon. No more Dan Marino for this season. Marv?
All right, O.J. Irving Fryer with a nice catch. Taken down by Terry Taylor, and obviously that is just awful news. Don Shula looking at Scott Mitchell at quarterback. That just did go for 30 yards, setting up a first down to the 24.
Absolutely great touch. He got Fryer going one-on-one downfield. The Browns had a blitz, and Mitchell just laid the ball up. Irving Fryer ran underneath and made the catch.
Byers in motion. This is Mark Higgs handling the ball for the first time. Mark Higgs, a 5'7" running back out of Kentucky in his 6th year. Last year led the Dolphins with 915 yards on the ground. He has not been effective as a runner to this point this season.
The nice thing about Higgs, when he and I'm not making fun of him being short, is that he hides in behind those offensive linemen, and it really is difficult for the defense to find him.
Second down and 7. Miami moving to the dog pound end of the field. That's Higgs tripped up inside the 20.
You know, and again, you know, with that Marino, when we're talking about, he didn't get hit. He did it to himself. He just turned, went to step up. All right, now we're going to see Higgs. Watch this. Number 88 is Keith Jackson, and I think this is where he trips over his legs. When he cuts back, he does. He trips over Keith Jackson. Nice tackle by Jackson. He happens to be on the offense.
Third down and 5. Miami with Uelake at center. Ellenbach and Sims at the guards. Webb and Heller at the tackles. And Mitchell fires for the end zone. Touchdown! Tony Martin with the touchdown reception. So Scott Mitchell, after the ineffective start, has responded. Well executed drive capped off by the touchdown pass to Tony Martin.
Watch what he does here. I mean, this is absolutely beautiful. He steps up, and then instead of running with the ball, watch this. He'll stop. He sees Martin, and the throw into the end zone over the defense into Martin's hand. What a great play.
Stoyanovich adds the extra point. So the Dolphins have taken a 17-14 lead on the Browns.
But there was more injury trouble to come for the Dolphins. On the Browns' next drive, linebacker John Offerdahl dislocated his shoulder trying to sack Kozar. We pick up with Miami back in possession at the Browns' 41.
A brutal day physically for the Miami Dolphins. First down at the 41, and Mitchell completes for another first down. A diving catch by Keith Byers.
I'm loving what I'm seeing with this young man. I mean, he's just stepping up in there, and nothing's really phasing him. People are going by, he's stepping up, and he's looking for receivers downfield. Now watch Mitchell here. When he goes back, the rush is on. No one to throw to. Oh, wait a second. Here comes Jackson. Let's throw it to him.
16-yard pass play. Mitchell is now 7 for 12, 99 yards. First down at the 25. Back to the run. It's Kirby, and he's hit back behind the line. Nice tackle by the veteran Everson Walls.
He tried to stiff arm Everson Walls, and Everson grabbed onto his arm and just rode him down. It was a great play.
Paul, to demonstrate the importance of John Offerdahl and the Miami lineup. Last year, the Dolphins went 6-0 before Offerdahl got hurt. He missed 8 games because of an abdominal strain. Knee problems hurt him back in 1991. Pro Bowl player, first 5 years of his NFL career. Second and 13 at the 28. Second back coming through. Kirby. And a short pickup. Rob Burnett, the left defensive end, number 90, made the stop.
They're really not running. We just mentioned a little while ago that the first down by rushing by either team just happened, and there's like 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. You've got to throw the ball downfield. They've got to get Byers back in the ball game. Keith Byers throws a little short passes to him. It's difficult here. He's not in the ball game.
Kirby has caught 6 passes. He's run the ball 10 times for only 5 yards. That's minus yardage. Here's Mitchell on the run. Saw the opening. Took advantage. What a play by the 6'6" Scott Mitchell. A 17-yard run.
You know what he does? He runs through 2 linebackers. We're going to show you this. Right in the middle of the screen, Clay Matthews is on a blitz. Watch this. He gets through him. Now he's going to hold Johnson, Mike Johnson, with a fake. Johnson stands right there. He goes by him and picks up the first down at the 10-yard line. What a great run. Dan who?
It's a 1st and 10 just outside the 10. Higgs. A short pickup by Mark Higgs, taken down by Stephon Moore.
The defensive line, they really have to come up in a hurry just to find Higgs. There's the offensive line blocking. Coming out is Dullenbach. He makes a block on the outside. Higgs goes inside and picks up 3.5 yards on the play.
2nd and 6. Irving Fryer flank to the left side. Mark Ingram to the right from the 7. It's Byers getting inside the 5. Taken out by Clay Matthews.
Clay Matthews makes an excellent play there because he had Terry Kirby is blocking on him, and Clay Matthews gets off the block and makes the play. But if this block is made by Kirby, you've got to believe that Keith Byers is in the end zone. 43 on 57. Boom, there's the block. Look at Matthews. He throws him away. Byers had the outside. Matthews makes the stop. What a nice play.
The 9th play of the drive with a 3rd down and 2 at the 3. Byers in motion. Mitchell looking that way. Let's see, did he scoop it? Did he catch it? The indication of a touchdown by Keith Jackson in front of David Brandon. A clean catch by Keith Jackson for the score.
2nd touchdown pass. Jackson gets his hands underneath the ball, or does he? We've got Keith Jackson isolated, gets just into the end zone. Watch his hands.
Whoa.
That ball hit the ground, folks. That ball hit the ground. That is not a touchdown. The other shot we had was the ball is, if you see his hands underneath the ball, then you know it has no chance to get there. But the ball was between his hands and it hit the ground.
But it will count. The only instant replay in this case is what you just saw. It has nothing to do, as you well know, with the officiating.
Mitchell says, I don't care what anybody says, it's a touchdown. I like it. I like it. That's right. Touchdown. Is he happy? Yes.
Time to get back on the top. Give it to him! Get some enthusiasm out there! Let's get tuned up.
Welcome back. Scott Mitchell's 2 touchdown passes in the third quarter marked the first time in 10 years that anyone other than Dan Marino has thrown for consecutive touchdowns in a Dolphins uniform. The Browns, meanwhile, have switched quarterbacks out of choice. As we join the fourth quarter, Kosar is off, Testaverde is on, and he faces a crucial 4th down and 2 at his own 28.
They're 100% on 4th down situations, so here we go.
Play action. Testaverde will run it and has a 1st down. Crowd was looking for some contact out of bounds on the part of Jarvis Williams.
Personal foul. I'm sorry, unsportsmanlike conduct on the defense, number 51, 15-yard penalty.
This is after the play.
The flag is on Cox. Jarvis Williams was trying to put the brakes on and was looking to avoid a flag on that out-of-bounds contact, but it's Cox called on the unsportsmanlike.
Well, you see Cox there. He takes himself out of the play, which absolutely enables Vinny Testaverde to get downfield. Here it is. Watch Cox 51. Watch where he goes. He's the outside linebacker. Bardell comes out. He doesn't even have to block him. And when you go back to the outside, there's no linebacker. You've got the corners off and the safeties playing pass defense. It just opened it up. Now, there's no flag there. And then after Cox comes in, he gets a flag.
So the Browns have a 1st down at the Dolphins' 47-yard line. Testaverde with the time. Goes short range with the tight end, Kinchin, and a 1st down. Brian Kinchin taken down by a combination of John Brinsley and Troy Vincent and a little extracurricular activity. Brian Kinchin is a one-time Miami Dolphins. He came to the Browns primarily as the long snapper. He is now a starting tight end for Cleveland.
First time they throw the ball to him, and he was not the primary target at the end of the play. There's a tackle on the outside. And they're talking, pushing and shoving. J.B. Brown is not very happy.
7:45 left, fourth quarter. 1st down at the Miami 35. Testaverde on a screen. Metcalf with a nice catch. Metcalf inside the 30. And a flag is tossed. Oh, contact with the official on the part of Jarvis Williams. That may cost him.
But you can get. We saw someone get ejected doing that. You cannot touch the official. This was a screen pass where Metcalf comes back out of the offensive line, makes a play.
Personal foul, late hit by the defense, number 25, 15-yard penalty, 1st down.
Well, I think they let Jarvis Williams off the hook on making contact with the official.
All right, here it is. You see, Metcalf almost gets caught up in the line. Then he gets back out. Watch 25, Lewis Oliver. That shot that, well, I'm telling you, I don't agree with that. Oliver's getting blocked. Here's the official on the right-hand side of the screen. Now, you see Jarvis Williams there. That's where the problem is. And he gets away with touching the official. But I'm going to tell you something. That is not unsportsmanlike conduct or a bad hit. He was blocked into the player.
It is a 1st down at the 14 for the Browns on the move with Vinny Testaverde taking over for Bernie Kosar. Bardell with flags thrown. Bardell inside the 10. Lewis Oliver made the stop. Down to 7:15 remaining in the 4th quarter.
You know, when you go back and you look, I can see throwing a flag and a late hit out of bounds when things like that happen. But when you're blocked into a play, and this is what Louis Oliver is trying to explain. Hey, look it, man. If I'm being blocked in there, you can't call me for hitting a guy going out of bounds.
Illegal formation on the offense. The right side of the line is not in front of scrimmage. Line of scrimmage. 5-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
See, Metcalf will be going down the sideline now, but watch on the right-hand side, Louis Oliver is coming up. Now, Metcalf makes a move, but he's being blocked from behind. Actually was getting clipped at the time, and he gets called. That's wrong.
It's a 1st and 15 at the 19, a drive that began back on the Cleveland 19. Deep drop by Testaverde. Can't find anyone. Runs into his own man and goes down. He ran into the left guard, Houston Hoover.
You know who makes this play? Right at the beginning, Brian Cox, number 51, gets a hold of Vardell. He read screen right from the beginning of the play. On the left-hand side, watch Brian Cox, 51. He comes across. See Vardell. Now watch him. He goes and gets Vardell. There's a screen that was supposed to be out here. Now, when Testaverde's running around, he does run into Houston Hoover. You're not going to block. Get out of the way.
It's a 2nd and 18 at the 22. Dolphins will receive credit for a sack. Appeared to be crossed. Metcalf could not hold on. He took his eye off the ball for just an instant, trying to turn it upfield.
Bruce Alexander was making the play. The defensive back, number 32, coming up in the play. And Metcalf, when the ball is thrown out here, you've got to make sure you catch the ball first. Watch his head. Does he look upfield? Yes, he does. He turns it to look at the defensive back. Lost sight of the ball. Now you're looking at a 3rd down and 18.
Dolphins 24, Browns 14, 6:15 remaining in the 4th quarter. Testaverde intended for Carrier. Carrier, his favorite receiver. That goes back to their days at Tampa Bay. Bruce Alexander knocked it down.
What a great play by Bruce Alexander. He's a cornerback, listed as a corner. And actually the 9th guy listed as far as defensive backs, and he's going to make the play. Carrier's coming across. Testaverde wants to hit him. And look at this. Alexander was in excellent position to knock the ball away.
And now Cleveland with a 4th and 18 will attempt a 40-yard field goal. Matt Stover, who is 7 for 8 this season. And it is no good. The score remains Miami 24, Cleveland 14.
The Dolphins went 3 and out on their next possession, and after a punt return almost to midfield, the Browns have another chance to get back in the game.
So Cleveland from their 48-yard line, just under 4 minutes remaining 4th quarter. Testaverde with a long look, could not find anyone, and runs for the 1st down.
You know, when you look at this defense, the Dolphins are in a type of pre-vet. Now, you've got 3 guys that are about 20 yards off the ball down in the middle of the field. They're going to go down around the, see the ball at the 40? Well, they're down at the 20. So they're going to give you anything short you want. They're going to let Metcalf run with it, get you over the field. I mean, I don't understand that call there at all. If you're going to do that, then just throw the ball over the middle in the middle of the field, because the middle of the field is wide open.
And the clock continues to run off that inside handoff. Now 3 minutes remaining 4th quarter. Testaverde goes the short route. Metcalf tries to get out of bounds and does. So a 1st down, and it stops the clock.
And Bruce Alexander really did the smart thing. He could have taken a shot at Metcalf. Number 32 is Bruce Alexander. As Metcalf gets outside, Testaverde's just dumping the ball out. He's looking downfield. This is not really designed, so Metcalf slips off the block, gets the play. Now watch it. Watch at the end of the play. Number 32 coming in right here. See him just pull up. Ooh, I thought it was 32. It was 37. J.B. Brown is the guy that made the play.
Cleveland a 1st down at the Miami 27. 2:52 remaining in the 4th quarter. And yes, flags thrown throughout the playing surface.
I'm sorry, Steve Everett didn't center the ball. The ball, he went to center the ball, and then he threw it down on the ground. He got so mad.
Ball starts by number 61 of the offense.
I would think so.
5-yard penalty remains first down.
Steve Everett,
Watch this.
rookie from Michigan who grew up in the Miami area.
You got to let go of it.
You and he, I saw, got along very well at practice yesterday.
Yeah, he said, what is it? Michael Dean Perry says he's half human, half ape.
Yes, that was very nice.
That's a funny guy. This is a tough player.
Playing with a dislocated thumb on his left hand wearing a plastic cast. Testaverde's pass incomplete through the hands of Patrick Rowe, covered by Bobby Harden.
We've seen 2 drops now. Rowe, Carrier doing 1 row on this one here. The ball hits you in the hands. You got to catch it. Concentration. Catch the football. He made the turn beautifully.
Patrick Rowe in his second season from San Diego State sat out last year after a knee injury suffered in preseason. Second down and 15 at the 32. 2:48 remaining in the fourth quarter. Browns trailing by 10 points. Testaverde again forced to run and slides for the first down.
Watch this. Here comes Jackson. Now here's the play. Harden's going to turn, bang, goodbye.
They have called for the yardsticks, and the ball was placed short of the first down. Metcalf with the first down and some more getting inside the 10-yard line. The tackle made by Lewis Oliver. Browns trying to get up on the ball quickly once again. Clock is running down to 2 minutes and 10 seconds in the fourth quarter. It's a first and goal at the 9. Testaverde. And it is ruled incomplete. And a penalty marker is down. Patrick Rowe, the intended receiver, covered by Troy Vincent.
And the way Miami's reacting is against Rowe for pushing off.
There was no foul on the play. The pass was incomplete. Second down.
Wait a minute. Then why did he throw the flag?
Second and goal from the 9-yard line with 2:01 remaining, fourth quarter. Long count. Testaverde with a long look. And then throws it away. Threw it out of bounds. Mark Carrier in the area, but he was well covered. A minute 54 remaining here in the fourth quarter in Cleveland. Third down, third and goal at the 9. Dolphins lead by 10, 24-14. Testaverde to the end zone. It is broken up and picked off. Miami will take over on the deflection.
Testaverde has all the time in the world to throw the ball, and they're trying to get this ball into Michael Jackson. J.B. Brown is the guy that just reaches in with his hand, not touching from the backside, and then Chris Green gets the interception.
That interception clinched win number 322 for Don Shula, but it may have been the most costly of his career.
Dan has been so durable, you know, and we've just sort of depended on him, and then all of a sudden he's gone, and you got to be able to deal with it, and that's why you know, we've groomed Scott Mitchell to be ready in case something happens to Marino. And although the first pass wasn't pretty, you know, for a guy to survive that and keep his confidence and then come out and play the second half the way that he played it, I thought it was outstanding. And we just got to go without Dan. Right now, the ball's in Mitchell's hand.
The first couple of throws weren't all that great, but you know, it just takes a little time to get in the flow of the game, and everyone came up big today. The line did a great job, and some people made some great catches, and things were just right, and just tried to make the most of the opportunity.
You know, the injury doesn't hurt that much when you think about the fact that you're not going to be able to play next week, because I've done it so many weeks in a row for so many years, and that's the thing that's going to hurt more than anything.
Well, the other quarterback news to come out of that game is that the Browns have finally decided that they're going to bench Bernie Kosar indefinitely and start Vinny Testaverde. But Bob, I don't care if you put Vinny, Bernie and Scott Mitchell and roll them into one, you still wouldn't have Dan Marino.
Yeah, you're exactly right. I think the things the Browns are doing now is that Bernie has had the reputation but really hasn't done a whole lot for a number of years. And you don't want to get embroiled in this quarterback controversy where you're putting guys in and out. You need somebody in there consistently making decisions. It was just a matter of them saying, we've got to make a decision. Vinny is a little bit more mobile. But, like you said, nobody matches up to Dan Marino.
OK, and plenty of other teams experimenting with their quarterbacks around the league in Week 6. Let's go to the roundup. AFC East played AFC West in LA, and Ronnie Lott, let go by the Raiders this summer, was anxious to make an early impression. LA quarterback Jeff Hostetler was back from injury, but struggled all day to get into the swing of the game. This fumbled snap was recovered by another ex-Raider, Bill Pickell, at the 6-yard line. On the very next play, Blair Thomas turned the turnover into an early Jets lead. And on the Raiders' next series, Hoss helped them increase it.
Intercepted on the deflection. Washington has his second, could go all the way. Brian Washington, 62-yard touchdown.
And that was all for Hostetler. Trailing 17-0, Art Shell yanked him and threw on 38-year-old Vince Evans, who proceeded to throw nothing but classic Raider bombs. First to James Jett in the third quarter, then to Alexander Wright in the fourth, and the Raiders were right back in it, 14-17. Get up, Vince, you've still got the winning drive to make. That clinched the win, and the Jets have now blown huge leads in successive weeks.
I don't think we can fall behind at 1-4. We need this football game.
Richie Pettibone's Redskins may have needed the win, but it was the Giants who went about getting it. Dave Meggett's